Hola chicos, esto es un nuevo vídeo. Hoy vamos a estar viendo el DEVLOG. Por fin, qué puta ilusión ver el DEVLOG después de un montón de meses. Faltan 2 minutos así, pero bueno, voy a hablar un poco. Seguramente este vídeo salga antes que el otro que tengo planeado, que ya lo veréis, ¿vale? No estéis tan impacientes. Ya vosotros lo veréis pronto, lo veréis antes de que salga la actualización, que sale el próximo viernes. El viernes 14. El viernes 14. Pero bueno, es un vídeo un poco improvisado para la gente que no sabe inglés, todo el rollo, así que creo que todo el mundo que le interese lo verá. Pero bueno, este vídeo aquí estamos siempre un día más reaccionando y sin nada más que decir, pues vamos a ver qué tal. Faltan 2 minutillos. Literalmente empieza en 60 segundos primero, o sea, más temprano puedo llegar. Y nada, pues tengo expectativas bastante altas, la verdad. Me he estado hypeando bastante por esta actualización y creo que puede ser algo muy guapo. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1... Vamos por ello. Oh, ¿sale esto?
Welcome to Containment Site 64, the pride and bulwark of the SCP Foundation's mission to secure, contain, and protect. Within Site 64, Foundation departments cooperate to secure anomalous objects and entities known as SCPs. These SCPs range from harmless, everyday items to walking disasters which threaten the whole of humanity. Thankfully, departments such as the Mobile Task Forces and Internal Security exist to prevent and respond to any threats that prove a danger to human health and safety. Mobile task forces are particularly well suited to various kinds of threats and wield special equipment to neutralize harmful entities. The C in SCP would not be meaningful without the Science Department, whose endless experiments into the anomalous properties of SCPs inform new parameters for effective containment. To sustain continual research, the use of disposable prisoners, Class Ds, allows for mostly ethical human testing that reveals each object's anomalous properties. Class Ds are housed in the Class D containment area, where scientists may brief and lead them to tests. Behind the scenes of all site operations stands the Site Directors and O5 Command, the highest echelon of Foundation personnel.
Es el director y el O5. Pero no he visto muchos cambios. No he visto casi ningún cambio. Y el DCI es el de personal. Está guapísimo. Está guapísimo el toro.
Hello SCP Site Roleplay community, it is me, Melstead. I am also accompanied by 2 of the other developers, the one and only Visceral and the one and only Pesu. This is the newest devlog, and we are going to be showing off all of the main features of our newest update, which is titled the Carnage Update. As the name suggests, and as the promotional artwork in our event tab suggests, this update is mostly focused on the addition of our new SCP-076, and then along with a couple other features, such as the deployable 50 cal machine gun. We got a couple SCP reworks, mainly dimensional SCPs like 860, SCP-1499, and SCP-2521. We have a new SCP joining us as well in this update in Connex, SCP-323, and then as you guys saw opening up the video, the new tutorial. Well, not tutorial, but new tutorial intro screens for introduction, mainly for new players, so that they understand what's going on. So, to start things off, we're going to jump straight into SCP-076. Alright, here we are, everybody. So, I'm here in Con 1. We have switched up. So, we have the new 076 model, as you can see. So, he has gotten a brand new sword, a brand new cloak, a fully set of custom meshed clothing, and then his entire body is also made of a custom mesh as well. This allows for some cool practical applications for design that you are going to see in a moment. But as far as first stage goes, SCP-076 still basically functions entirely the same way he did before. He's got a 3 sword swings combo, As you can see, same as before. Obviously, it's a little different. We got slightly different animations, and since he's a little bit bigger now as well, some physical aspects had to be changed. And his skills are still roughly the same. They've received a couple improvements mechanically. As you can see, the ground smash here, there is a brief phase there in the middle where you dash a little faster than you did before. And then for the Blade Barrage, the ultimate for the base form. As you can see, the lines on his body glow.
Eso está guapo.
And then here at the end of the hall, you can
la habilidad
see
un poco malas,
they have prepared themselves for my arrival. So what he is sitting there using at the moment is the new deployable 50 cal machine gun. I will show that off after I am done showing off 076, but as you can see, they're going to take a couple pot shots at me. Now, you can see my health. So, with the 50 cal machine gun, one of the main unique aspects of this weapon is that this gun deals true damage. So, the shots from the 50 cal machine gun negate 076's lightning shield, and they punch straight through to his main health bar. 076's main strength is his 5 shields that he gets at each fifth of his health bar. They can soak up 60 hits in total each, and that includes any bullet. So a Glock bullet and an M249 bullet are both the exact same as far as the hit is taken. So not having to burn your way through those hits makes the 50 cal machine gun a very effective weapon for dealing with 076.
Sí, la verdad que sí. Está bien que metan counter y un contra-counter, básicamente.
As you can see, those big cases on their back, those are the 50 cal items themselves. During the event,
las cajas de los TAs, pero está bien.
And as you can see, when I attacked them, I was able to destroy the turret. Obviously, during a real server environment, and there's a lot of people around, and there can be multiple machine guns up at once.
No quería pausarlo, pero lo voy a pausar. Esto pensad que esto es una mini update, ¿eh? Esto es una mini update comparado a lo que va a haber a futuro. La Administration, la Carnage, y esos son minis updates.
So, this forces 076 to pick his battles a little more carefully. The machine guns are best deployed in longer corridors where you have more time to shoot 076, because 076 is very fast, especially into his second phase, which we can actually show here with the 50 cal. So, they're going to shoot me until I transform into the new Berserk state.
La nueva fase Berserker.
So, this is the main feature, I'd say, of 076's new revamp. Quotation marks all around revamp. But the entirety of the second phase is... We'd originally intended for this Berserk state to come with 076 when we had first published it as a fully playable SCP. But time constraints and, limits obviously made that a little hard at the time. But we have it in now, so I'm going to just explain some stuff real quick. So, we have 2 new main skills. So replacing ground slam, you now have mock dash. This is 7-fold vengeance, so this is the skill that this lowers the cooldown for. You can grab a downed enemy and then finish them off. This will instantly fill your rage meter to max. And then here you go, your Embrace of Sin, which is your passive skill basically. Build up to 3 rage charges over time, up to 2 rages consumed upon knocking down an enemy. Launching a sword at a nearby enemy for each point.
Básicamente que cada vez que matas a alguien,
which is a sprinting type skill. As you can see, if you hold right click while you're moving, you can sprint forward very fast. Then you can, if you hit people, you will ragdoll them and then knock them out of the way. You accelerate the faster and longer you go, up to a maximum speed. The faster you're going, the harder it is to make turns. As you can see, I hit the wall and bounced there. If you hit anything, like a wall or a concrete barrier or a box, you will be interrupted, like you saw there when I hit the wall. And as you can see, 076 ditches his sword while he's in his second phase. Instead, he relies on punching people. So punching people comes with some unique effects. You hit somebody twice, they will get ragdoll and sent backwards a little bit, as you can see. So you do less total damage in your second phase per hit. I'm going to show off the end of the mock dash. You have another ability you can do if you decide to cancel it mid-dash. If I run really fast here, and then if I get to them and then I click before getting there, I can slam type attack, as you saw there. That'll AoE everybody in a small radius around the impact site. As you saw that sword that came flying off, so that's your passive skill.
Es la pasiva, vale.
So if you have enough rage, which you build up from using your skills, those extra swords that you saw will be launched out when you do attacks, and they will automatically target the closest player. So this allows you to get some pretty insane mob type damage when you're beating people. So now I'm going to show off the execution move. Okay, as you can see, if I ragdoll him now I can press Q on him, and then I can engage a execution animation.
Está guapísimo.
The second phase kicks in at around right around 1500 HP after you've lost your third shield. As you can see, my HP degeneration has kicked in. This feature mostly exists to encourage SCP-076 players to actually fight people. So that is the bulk
eso está guay de que le vayan quitando vida
076.
próximamente para que no se quede campeando.
You guys will definitely see more of this combat in a more full-scale server when we do the stress testing. A couple streamers are given permission to stream actively during the stress test, so when that happens, you guys can tune in into those, and they'll guarantee you'll probably see some proper combat footage of 076.
Eso no lo sabía, no me habían dicho que podía hacer
testing. You guys are going to like them a lot. So now I'm going to cut over to the MTF side of things, and I'm going to show you guys how deploying the 50 cal machine gun works. Alright, here we are, we're back. I am here as a new 7 operative. So the 50 cal machine gun is deployed in 2 separate pieces, requiring 2 new 7 set up the device. As you can see, depending on what direction you're looking, it changes the direction it is placed in. Direction is important. Placement is important. The machine gun has a limited firing arc after it has been placed. It can only shoot 120 degrees in front of itself. Alright guys, so I'm going to place the first piece of the machine gun right now. So I'm going to put down the base. Alright, that is the base of the machine gun. Now Visk will put down the gun.
Necesitas dos personas para...
There we go. So now we have a fully assembled 50 caliber machine gun. Any FP can use the turret. So that includes medical department, scientific department. Pretty much anybody can hop on this thing, but Nu 7 is the only one that is able to place it.
Solo Nu 7 pueden.
As you can see,
está guapo.
It is controlled with WASD on your keyboard or with your touchpad if you're playing on a mobile device.
Hostia, eso con el móvil tiene que ser una ruina.
You have a limited firing as far to the side as I can shoot. Some adjustments will probably be made to certain aspects of the balance because obviously we still have to do some testing during the stress test. Don't take everything you see as completely final. There may be adjustments to certain things like damage or health or speed. So I can click and hold down so that I'm currently...
Bueno, lo van a nerfear, está chetadísimo. Le van a poner el típico cooldown.
Obviously, in a normal game, SCP-076 is not going to be standing still. So getting off any good amount of damage with this thing is going to be a little difficult. It will definitely take some practice. The balance is that it is very easy for 076 to close the distance to the machine gun and himself. So these are more so suicide weapons to get off damage on 076 before he gets too dangerous. And obviously in a server, you're probably going to have multiple of these machine guns. And that is the bulk of 076's new features. That is the 50
son mini updates, está bien.
His second phase explained.
No me esperaba mucho más.
He's going to receive a couple balance adjustments to some of his raw abilities because obviously there's a much newer gameplay element. Bouncing will be done, and we promise he'll release in a very fun, enjoyable state. We are now going to pan over to our next SCP that has arrived into the game. SCP-323, so I'll see you guys over there. Alright. Hello everybody again, we're back. We have cut over here to SCP-323. But we are right outside his chamber. You can see up here on the sign, this SCP is located right next to SCP. Now this SCP requires multiple people to activate, so I have my lovely developer friends here who are going to help out. So for this SCP, in a public game, you are going to need 1 CI and 3 Class Ds. So if you want to turn this SCP on, you're going to need to cooperate.
Necesitas un CI y 3 clases Ds.
Over here, alive and intact. Once you do get over here though, the CI is going to come over here to this table. He's going to open this box, and then once he opens the box, the CD can grab the daggers. So you know all you do is hold E, grab a dagger. So this is SCP-323's containment chamber. A little similar to SCP
Sí,
overnight.
le están cambiando mucho el rollo, eso es la natural.
Grassy
Eso.
interior. We got some trees. We got orchards.
No, está muy guapo, no,
And
está
as you can
guapo,
see,
está
we've
guapo.
got the skull
Y
itself.
te vas a tener que poner ahí en medio. Está guapísimo, está guapísimo.
And you have the
Está
ritual
muy
site.
guapa.
So this whole area is important. As you can see, there are 3 spots here on the ground marked by stones connected to the middle higher. So the 3 Class Ds, after picking up their daggers, each Class D has to stand in a circle. Once you stand in the circle, the ritual itself will commence.
Oh, esa animación está guapa, ¿Y apagar el fuego o qué?
Alright, the ritual is commenced. So now, the way it works is that the 3 Class D now have to fight to the death. The last surviving Class D is the one that becomes the Wendigo. As you can see, Visceral's soul fed the skull. So one eye is now filled
Hay
up,
que
so the
matarse
soul
entre
went
los
into
3
the
clases
eye.
de...
Oh,
Ahí va a haber
I
un
come over
montón
here
de test.
and
Va a estar guapo. Va a
say
estar,
I'm
va a estar
pro
guapo.
and skilled. I've now killed Upesu. He's dead. Now the helmet has received all the well, not helmet, skull has received all the souls.
Yo es que no, este SCP no lo he visto mucho, la verdad.
Ambience has changed a little bit. Now what we do is we're just going to hold E as instructed to put on the helmet. We're going to begin the transformation into the Wendigo.
Está muy guapo. Este todo el rato está muy guapo, pero que
so
más
we
que
are now
tengo que
the
decir.
Wendigo.
Yeah,
we have a couple different things that we can do as the Wendigo. I'm going to explain this bar here that you can probably see. So this bar is your hunger bar. The Wendigo has to feast on the flesh of dead people to continue its existence. If this bar reaches 0, you're going to start taking tick damage. So you will slowly lose HP. So as you can see, the Wendigo has 3,000 HP. We have our basic movement here, which is just a walk. We can press the left mouse button to engage a 3-string combo attack.
El típico combo
see,
que
the
les gusta mucho el combo ese.
Very dangerous if you let him get too close to you. He can kill you in about 2 hits. You're an SCP, so you're
Dos
also
hits
capable
lo
of
matas.
opening those doors. So the Wendigo has primal hunter vision. So this is what this R skill is here in the middle. If you press R, you're going to activate this skill. As you can see, both of the living targets have been highlighted red behind the wall. So this is basically.
Creo que este SCP me mola más que el rework del 076,
8 seconds, I believe, and then it ends, and then it's on a short cooldown. Oh, there we go. My hunger bar has reached 0, so I've now started to take tick damage. You can see I'm taking 20 damage every second, quite a bit. So you want to stay fed. So I'm going to eat Upesu here. He's now dead.
Y descontar
Walk
la
over
para
to his corpse. I'm
consumir.
going to hold E. I'm going to eat him. I got a little bit of HP back and 30% of my hunger.
Está bien.
Like I said before, all of this still has to be balanced. None of these stats are necessarily final as far as the hunger and health and all that. And we have a shift ability as well. So if you hold shift, you can engage a running stance, which allows you to run. This makes you faster than your base walk speed. Allows you to close a distance. You can see it does use stamina though, so it's not like you can run forever. So as you can tell by the hunger and the health regen and stuff, Wendigo is designed to be highly aggressive SCP. The SCP itself is on a cooldown, which is subject to change. As of right now, the time between Wendigo uses is capped at 30 minutes. So there's a forced 30-minute cooldown between the next summoning ritual. And that's the bulk of the Wendigo. Show you guys what happens if I kick the bucket. So Upesu here is going to help finish me off. I'm slowly dying from hunger and being shot to death.
Y el sonido está muy
When the
bueno.
Wendigo dies, he lets out a big yell, and then he ragdolls just like any other player would. Alright guys, so that's SCP-323, just as a recap.
Está muy bien, me encanta, la verdad que no me esperaba. No me esperaba menos.
CI has to open the box located on the desk.
Solo los TIs podemos, o sea que no va a haber no se pueden hacer test.
The 3CD have to pick up the daggers.
Eso ha perdido potencial, Hacer un test con ese SCP molaría. Quizá no lo ha dicho, pero quizá se puede.
I think it's very cool. Chronosius is the main developer behind this SCP. He did a great job with this one, so make sure you guys send him some love in Gen Chat and the Discord when you have some time. We are going to hop over to some of the build changes for this update. So the main build changes for this update, as I mentioned earlier, are the 3-dimensional SCPs. So that's SCP-1499, SCP-860, and SCP-2521. Alright guys, so here we are at SCP-2521. Nothing physically has changed with the containment chamber. All of the aspects that have been changed are within the dimension itself.
Ah, eso. Antes te mataba
Alright,
directamente.
we have been brought over to SCP-2521. So as you can see, we have done a massive overhaul to the overall vibe of this dimension. We've kept the same.
¿Había una dimensión antes de esto? Yo pensaba que esto te mataba, ya está. Si pones dos. Te empezaba a agarrar y te mataba.
So whatever happened in SCP-2521's dimension was not very good. As you can see, you still freeze as usual and turn into a statue slowly, and you're gonna flop over.
Pues sí que había una dimensión.
We'll probably do a little bit more with 2521 in the future, mechanically, but for now, we just wanted to get some new visuals in because it was a little on.
Claro, quizá tienes que ir a su celda para que te cuente.
Alright guys, here we are. We are now at SCP-860. So, I'm going to show you the process of getting into this SCP. So, we come in here, we grab the key. We now have the key.
La puerta, sí.
There's a radio there if you want to give your radio to your class to use for exploration. Just walk up to it, holding the key.
Este test también va a estar muy explotado. Todos los SCP nuevos van a estar explotados.
Now we're going to walk through.
Normal.
So, here we are. We are now in the new SCP-860. We've completely redone the environment. So we're just gonna take a bit of a stroll and see what happens.
Hostia, un poco largo, Yo ahí me he dormido ya. No, a ver, coño, está bien, pero... Molaría que sea RNG, que cada vez que entres por la puerta te lleva a un sitio random, es un mapa... Se ha asustado, Se ha asustado, O lo habrá hecho por el acting. No sé. Oh. Hostia. Bueno, está bien. Es un poco largo, pero está bien.
Alright. As you guys just saw, that is the new 860 entity. Oh, it's a big, I guess,
que revolquen un porte mola.
I guess is the closest thing I can compare it to. It's very fast and it will one-shot you when it hits you. It is guaranteed death if it comes up on you, and there is no way to kill it. Some additional mechanics for 860 will probably be implemented in the future as far as immersion goes. Here we are, guys. We are now in SCP-1499. So this is the last of the 3-dimensional SCPs to get a rework. We're just gonna walk up to it. We're gonna hold E to grab it. We now have it in our inventory as an item.
Sí.
You can see. I can hold it.
La puedes volver a poner.
F, and then that lets you put the mask on.
La animación está guapa.
On. We are inside of SCP-1499. You can hold F at any time to take the mask off. You can also
se habló mucho este
dimension. It is filled with a bunch of SCP-1499 entities. If you get too close to one, they will start chasing you. You gotta be careful of where you go, and if you
no te quita
they
mucho.
grab you,
pero te agarra.
Start slowly doing damage to you, and then they kill you. So they will continuously spawn around
está bien.
the player as you move around.
Yeah, es un rework.
At any time, I can just equip the mask item again, and then hold F, and we can take the mask off.
Se tarda un poquillo. Está guapo. Está guapo. Me gusta. Son detallitos.
So obviously one of the major differences that you guys will notice right away is that only one person can be holding the mask at any given moment. So multiple people cannot go in to the SCP at one time, and obviously SCPs and stuff can't use it anymore to escape the nuke and other stuff like they previously could. So that was our 3 revamped dimensions.
Está guapo. Me gusta.
I'm now going to run through some more small miscellaneous changes on a
ver qué más cambios hay. Es que me gusta los cambios así pequeños. Han cambiado los cartelillos. Eso está guapo. Han puesto las misiones. Seguro. 100% han puesto las misiones. 100% han puesto las misiones. Observa. No, esa también me mola, Eso está guapo, Son tonterías, pero que a mí me mola.
Changes have also been made to the overall structure.
También bien, porque esta siempre puede explotar. Son 12 justamente el límite.
Spots have been changed to single rectangles instead of long lines. Now there's designated individual standing spots.
Sí, está bien.
And then obviously it's made out of concrete now instead of metal like it was before to fit the theme. Alright, now we're coming out of briefing room. We're gonna come up here. The solitary console has been moved. Instead of now being down there next to the door, it is now up here.
Eso no me mola tanto,
the same way it did before. It's just been moved. There were complaints that people would be coming over here to try to move through, and
eso sí, eso molesta un poco, pero
while trying to open this door. Alright,
pero es que no
guys,
me mola.
Cut over to SD here. So we've got new SD cosmetics. So
no, cosméticos.
These new cosmetics are new.
Son tonterías, pero que molan. La gente le mola. Ojalá que cambien lo del IS de esto.
Ties and different pockets. You can see we have junior security guard and security guard.
Está bien. Está bien.
So this is some
Tiene un poco de
variation
dinero
if the SD want to change it up a little bit and they don't necessarily want their white combat uniform. You can go for something a little more formal, as you can see. The main differences between the uniforms is that the junior security guard is all blue, and then the security guard is blue shirt with black pants. We're always going to be adding new cosmetics like this over time, so expect a couple new cosmetics in every update.
Está guapo que metan
We are on IA, so I'm going to show off a couple of the new IA, well, not couple, but the new IA cosmetic. So we now have a windbreaker uniform now. So this is a secondary uniform for anybody who wants to get off the standard suit and tie. Also, if you want to, you can completely take off your plate carrier now and use your front accessory cosmetic or your neck accessory cosmetic. You can see that's my bow tie from my original avatar right there. You just want to walk around looking like an investigation.
Es que el nuevo uniforme de ella me
gusta. Up to you now. And we got some changes in the control room as well, so I'm going to go.
Cambios en el control room.
So the communications room has been completely remade. We have new panels in here.
Decoración, sí. Mola. Para hacer miniatura.
It's a vacuum tube system, so basically to
tonterías, pero es
transport
que no está mal.
information and you know, maybe like paperwork, documents and stuff, since everything in this site is kept as physical records. They would be sent through these tubes, which use vacuum suction to take the tubes up, and then depending on what tube you put it in, it will take it to a different location.
Molaría que eso funcione, pero es decoracióncilla.
As well. So it's just a little decoration room. It was a little lacking before, so we've given it some personality here with the switchboards and the vacuum
Podéis tardar un mes más, te
and the new computers and everything. I think we did a good job with this room. It's
sí, han hecho un buen trabajo.
We've got some flags up here on the wall now, as you can see. So these are all of the, I guess, countries that participate in funding and work with the SCP Foundation to some capacity. So also some changes here to the inside of the elevator.
Polonia e Inglaterra han cambiado también, eso está guay.
And as you can see here, we have new railings here, not the blocky ones they were before, and then the lighting of the entire area has been changed. It had a more noticeable blue hint. A little hard to show since this is the new lighting, but if you look at a video from before this update or go in game and check yourself, you'll be able to tell that there is a lighting difference between the two. That covers the new changes.
La luz esta, le hemos movido un píxel porque molestaba la vista. Pero está bien, es decoración.
You can see here Visca's wearing the new IA outfit. Oh, he's just wearing all of his cosmetic items. Got a very nondescript, low-profile look. Or you can go for the heavily armed vest and full balaclava look, you know? That's why we did customization, to give people the option to choose. Alright guys, so here we are. We are on CI now. Oh, I'm going to come over here to the shop to buy the new item. So we're going to go over here to the One Life shop. CI. We have this new item, and it's called the Sample Collector. Alright guys, so here we are. We are at SCP-308, so I can show off some changed aspects of the sample tool. So we have increased the variety of SCPs that you can use. So all infectious SCPs in the game now be used with the sample tool. Obviously except SCP-610, because that one is locked to an event. But all other infectious SCPs. We're going to come in here. We have our sample tool. You can interact. Now we have a canister filled with 008 gas. We can come and take our canister. We can leave a containment with it. Let's say we wanted to become 008 zombies, or you wanted to detonate it on a bunch of FP or CD or whatever. You just hold it, and you click, and then it will blow up in a radius around yourself, and it will turn anybody nearby into a zombie. As you can see, this works the exact same way with all the other infectious SCPs, including the candle.
Está perfecto.
So you can bottle it up,
walk next
to other people with it, click the button, and you will activate the effects of the SCP. Alright guys, we have reached the end of this developer vlog. I hope everybody enjoyed the content that was shown off during this video. There's a couple smaller things that you guys are going to have to see for yourself. Obviously, the dimensions have more to explore. You guys can test out the mechanics of the new SCPs. There's obviously a couple new cross-testing applications that you guys can discover as well. I thank everybody for being a part of our community, and we were sorry that this update was delayed and that it took longer than expected. Some stuff came up, among other things. There's not really any
estamos acostumbrados todos a que se atrase.
Pero no te preocupes. Apologize for that. So I hope to see you guys soon. Update is going to be out very soon, just a week away. Tune into the streams for the stress test when that is ongoing, and you guys can get a up-close look at all of the new content in a more gameplay perspective. Goodbye, everybody.
De puta madre. La Carnachete va a salir el viernes, el 14 de noviembre, el viernes. Como dije. nuestra siguiente actualización, que tengo muchas ganas, va a ser la Administration Update. Que va a salir a inicios de 2026. Ah, pensé que iba a salir a... No, a ver, no me esperaba, me lo esperaba. ¿Qué os ha parecido el DEVLOG? Creo que bien, la verdad. A mí me ha gustado. La verdad, me esperaba quizás algo mejor de 0.76. Sí. Pero más, o sea... No esperaba tanto más, pero bueno, es una mini update. Está de puta madre, cosas pequeñitas, todo eso mola. La verdad que mola. Pero bueno, sin nada más que decir, nos veremos quizá en este testing o en el próximo vídeo. A ver quién sabe. Seguramente este vídeo lo suba mañana. Si ha salido el 8, el DEVLOG, pues el día siguiente, el 9. Y seguramente el próximo vídeo oficial, porque no me esperaba que iba a ser hoy el DEVLOG. Lo estoy grabando bastante improvisado. Pues nos veremos. Y que este disco solamente sepa que va a ser el próximo vídeo y que tengo muchas ganas de sacarlo. Venga, nos vemos hasta el siguiente. Bye. Bye.